Welcome to our Shining, the Awakened Truth. This is the first episode of the Shining. We'll be talking about a very important topic today, a topic I title Who Wrote the Bible? We'll be looking at how the Bible was written, the books that were excluded, the books that was burnt, the reason they were burnt, the reason they were not accepted. These are the things we'll be looking at today and what made this book, the Bible, a holy book. These are the things we'll look at. Let's dive into it. Have you ever wondered, was the Bible written to set you free or to connect us to the Creator? Have you ever wondered, was this Bible really written to set you free or to keep us under the control of our slave masters, of our colonial masters? Have you ever wondered? Have you had a rethink of this book called the Bible? What was the purpose and how was it written? These are the things we are going to look into today. Let's start from the Genesis, how it started, the Bible. The Bible did not fall from the sky, neither did it fall from heaven, as it is said in Delta State, some Isoko area, the Bible fall from heaven and a church was built there like it was said, which we believe is a part of history of that community. The Bible did not fall from heaven. It did not fall from sky. It was fully formed. It began as oral traditions. What do I mean by oral traditions? Those days when our people, our forefather in the evening, they would sit out and start telling us the story of how it happened, how the tortoise and all these things, how it happened, how tortoise became this, how that became this, all this cock and bull story. That was how the Bible begins. Oral traditions carried from generations to generation. As time goes on, they now pinned it down, which is the days of the scroll. They started writing these stories, these visions, these illusions. They started writing every time, every bit down, which is the invention of scrolls, letters, and collections shaped by culture, struggle, politics of that time. Let me rephrase again. These stories were later jotted down, aligned with the cultures, shaped by the culture of the people that is telling the stories, by the politics at that time, by the struggle at that time. They started writing these oral traditions down. I hope you are following me. Let's move on. Century passed by. Powerful men gathered together in council, which is the canons. They gather together. They now decide which book, which book is holy. What are the books are we talking about? These stories, these oral traditions that was written by different persons called the prophets. Are you getting it? Different persons or the apostles. These books, these oral stories, these illusions, these dreams, these they call revelations that was written by different persons, they now came together. Let's bring all these stories, all these poetries, all this history, all these illusions, all these revelations together. A council of men came together, the canons came together to say, okay, bring what you wrote, bring Mr. A, Mr. B, Amaka, Azuka, Ogenenyore, whosoever, bring prophet that, prophet this, the sons of that, the sons of the, bring everything that you guys have written. They brought everything to this council of men. This council of men, let's assume just like the way we have the senator, we have the house of rep. They now brought all these prophecies, all these visions, all these dreams, all these poetries, all these illusions, they bring all together to this council of canons. Now, they were not the ones who decided that this should be taken or this should not be taken. And their decisions were not neutral. It was influenced by empires, emperors, politics, and control the decision of the one to be choosing and the ones not to be chosen. The ones to be selected and the ones not to be selected. Just like as we have in our country today, you have the House of Assembly bills. There are bills that they will bring to the Senate chamber that the presidency will have control over. So they were political control over the books to be chosen. They were political control over the ones not to be accepted. Just like you have the influence in the parliament, the political influence were there, the emperor influence were there, the king's influence were there. This one is against my business. This one should not be included. This one is against what we are doing here. This one will make the people to rise against. So they selected the ones that will favor them. And this is where the books that we have today, the 66 books. Let's move on. Let's move on. How it was selected. Now, there were some books that were approved, some were not approved because they debated over them. Now, most books that were contradictory to the government of then, the kings, those in power then, some of these books were burned, some were buried. Let's take example of some of the books that were not included, that were excluded. Now, for example, the Book of Enoch that was filled with visions and wisdom, a book that was filled with visions, developmental visions, wisdoms that will make these people to be wise, that will make these people to be awakened, that will make these people to know, okay, these things they are saying, this thing the government is doing is bad. Such book were what? Excluded. Even in the Bible, the holy book as it is said, in Jude chapter 1, verse 14 to 15, it directly quoted Enoch. That means he stated that book that was excluded. It acknowledged the book of Enoch. The book of Enoch, it acknowledged it in that your Bible that you're reading. It was acknowledged. But why was the book not included? Because the wisdom, the visions he was seeing, we awaken the people. And these leaders, they don't want these people to be awakened. So this book were what? Excluded. Let's move on. Meanwhile, the book of Romans chapter 13 verse 1 was what? Included. Do you know the reason why it was included? It is very simple. Now, what does Romans chapter 13 verse 1 say? Let everyone be subjected to governing authority, for there is no authority except that which God has established. Where? Why was it included? Because this preserve to enforce obedience. They want this one to be there because it aligns with their dreams. It aligns with the business of the day, the slavery, slave obeying their masters. You understand? So these books aligns with their narrative, aligns with the government of the day. Are you getting it? So that was why this was included. But the one that was awakening the people, that would make these people to be wise, was excluded. Let's check another books in that the same Bible. Colossians chapter 3 verse 22 declare, slave, obey your earthly master in everything. Because the business of the day then was slavery, colonizations of the Africas, the colonizations of the world. So they now bring a book telling you that it was inspired, it was written by God for slaves to obey their earthly masters. Are you getting it? Are you getting my point? Let's move on. Let's move on. Now, the question I want to ask you, dear beloved brethren, ask yourself, was this book written to awaken your spirit, to guide you, to connect you to the Creator, or to subject you to permanent obedience, permanent slavery. Think, 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 my brethren. Be awake. Awake from the sleep you are. We will be explaining this in elaborating form in the next episode. I don't want this video to be too long. Think about these things. Was the Bible really holy book? Was it written to awaken you? Was it written to connect you to the Creator? Was it written for your good? Think. I want you to think. In the next episode, I will be aligning this to what we have today in Africa, in Nigeria, what we are practicing as religions today. As Christian, I will be taking these books after one after the other. Note, I'm not after your religion. I'm not after your pastor. I'm not after your ministry, right? I am here to awaken those that are sleeping. I'm here to awaken that mindset, that conscious mind. I'm here to awaken you from that brainwash they have brainwashed you. I'm here to let you know that think this is a book compiled, written by different people's story, oral traditions, illusions, dreams, compiled by synthetic canons, and since then, how many years now? It has not been amended, it has not been reviewed. But country like developed country like Americas, other country, even in Nigeria we are, this country we do review our constitutions on basis when we find out that there are some laws which are not practicable, which is addicted, which is not aligned to modelizations, we amend them. But these books that was constituted, because they are constitution, they say Bible is the Christian constitution, a constitution that was written by people to enslave you perpetually, has not been reviewed, and we keep using it day by day to enslave our people, to impoverish them, to make their minds to be poor, to make them not to be productive. We keep using this book to enslave ourselves. The colonial masters, the foreign missionaries brought this to enslave us, and we capitalize on it more to what? To defraud, scam ourselves, and keep our mind in abject poverty. While some are using it as a medium for business. The reason why many people are not being awakened, or why many are fighting against those who try to awaken the society, to try to awaken Africa. Those who use this book as a form of business, they will keep on fighting against them. Remember to share, subscribe, and comment. And also remember that I'm not against you, neither your belief, nor your religion, or your ministry, or your business. I'm here to fulfill my mission. Every being has a purpose of being on this planet. My purpose is to awaken the people. My purpose is to let them know that they are God. My purpose is to let them know they don't need a mediator to communicate to the Creator. I remain your host. Till the next episode, may the universe guide and protect you.